Hey guys, welcome to Ira channel. My name is Oleg, and today I'll do a review of this new Aipas M1 Pro electric bicycle, which looks like a longer box, and this one is step through. So I'm gonna do unboxing, basically to show you how the bike is look like. This bike is should be very heavy. It looks like it's 91 pounds net weight. That's what it says on the box, and the box is weight 114 pounds. So it is heavy for some reason, but once we unbox, we can see why. Also, we're gonna go for a ride to see how the bicycle actually perform, how fast, and if it's comfortable. So by the end of this video, you know if this bicycle is right for you. And if you find this bicycle is right for you, check link in description for extra discount and the link. So not only you're gonna save some money, but you're gonna also support my channel. So let's open up. Here's how it will look from the top. And here's how it looks from the side. So it looks like everything packed very well. Looks like I do need to attach wheel, rack, and some other stuff. I'm gonna show you what's inside of the box, and then I'll assemble, and we're gonna go for a ride. Here's what you're gonna find inside the box: the charger, which is 2 amp charger. You'll list it. Large pedals, aluminum looks like. Also a bunch of tools inside this bag. Warning label with class 2, 20 miles an hour bicycle. We're gonna find out if we can unlock the speed. And user manual. The user manual actually not bad. It has a lot of information, even how much Newton torques you need to use on different parts. So it should be easy to assemble as well. And if you decide to assemble by yourself, you would need like kind of torque wrench tool like this, which I use all the time. It's very affordable. I'm gonna have link below in description, and you can follow the direction how much Newton torque you need for each bolts and nuts. So this way you can appropriately tighten up every bolt and nut and screw. This one is good from 2 to 24 Newton torque. So again, I'm gonna leave it in the description. I just want to show you quickly the bike. Once you remove all the packaging, it's extremely overpacked with a lot of zip tie. So you're gonna have a lot of zip tie, and you can reuse them actually if you cut them carefully. The colors looks amazing. It's a kind of violet but purple with some sparkles in it, but actually the color I requested was black, so they sent me kind of wrong color, but I still like it. It looks good. I think my daughter gonna love it. It's kind of violet, purple, I don't know, too many sparkles in it, so it's like metallic color. M1 Pro. So I attached the handlebar, pretty simple, just removing 4 bolts and reattaching. So this is very simple. The next will be the wheel. So before attaching the wheel, you would need to remove the bolts and the washers from both sides. I actually removed the battery so the bike will be easy and put it on charge. So you grab the wheel, the brake will be on the side where the brakes is, lift it up the handlebar and insert it, okay? And just put the brakes between the disc between the brake pad and drop it. Once you insert the wheel, you got this locking washer. Insert and make sure it's going inside the hole, okay? And then you put this nut on top of it, tighten up with hands, and you do exactly the same thing on the other side. And then you will use the wrench tool to tighten it up from both sides. Here's the steps how you attach the headlight. So our headlight will go outside of the fork, okay, and the fenders will be attached behind with secured with the washer and the nut right there. And then you tighten them up, and then you would remove this bolts from each side and resecure it. So the front fenders and the headlight is attached. Now we're gonna do rear fenders. So the rear fenders, it's simple to attachment as well. One screw over here, you remove it and reattach it. Second, you're gonna remove it and reattach in the middle for more security for the fender. And then this one is a little bit more confusing. There's 2 bolts. So you would have to attach to the second one from the side, because on this end you're gonna have rack to be attached. Okay, so don't attach here, attach on the second one, otherwise the rack won't be able to attach. Also, you will resecure with the bolts right over here. So that's how you attach the fender. The rack is attached with the two bolts from each side right here. Pretty simple. The next step, you would need to get this wire through these cables. Actually, they already include the cables and this one, and just resecure it. Okay, plug it in. There should be two arrows from each side, so you just align them and push from both sides. One more thing, so you need to attach this display. So they basically, the way they packed everything, like you would need to attach, so it will have less chances to break down. Pretty good idea, but at the same time you would have to basically reattaching a lot of parts, which is just time consuming. But again, it's better for safety shipment. So you basically just remove these two screw on both sides and reattach it to the handlebar. And then of course you would check all the bolts and nuts everywhere you can see with correct Newmeter torque. And then you would just attach the pedals. The pedals will have mark R and L, so it means right going to the right side. They will show you where to attach, so R will go over here, and they show you direction where you need to screw these pedals. Okay, so it should be simple, just follow the instruction. And here's how the Aipas bike will look, the P1 Pro model, and it looks actually amazing color, everything. So I'm gonna go first with the size. So the seat can go as low as 34 inches from the ground and as high as 38 inches from the ground. Handlebar, it's about 44 inches from the ground. It does have some razor, so it can go close to you or further. So this will increase kind of, depend on your size, how comfortable you're gonna ride. So let me sit on this bike first so you can see it. Also the step through, it's a lowest one will be like 18 inches from the ground. And here's my riding position gonna be. Okay, the seats still have more space to go up if I want to, but this one is about like 36 inches from the ground. And let's show you how my feet will go up. So it should be a pretty comfortable position actually to ride. It's like more like cruiser style bike. Besides the comfortable position, this bike comes not only with a fork suspension. As you can see, it's okay for budget bike. Also it comes with a rear shock. Let me see if it actually works. And it does actually have some kind of movement. So it looks like it should give you a little bit smoother ride as well. And it's pretty much concealed inside the frame over here. So it's kind of a unique shock design, I would say. So let's talk about the bike itself. So the bike actually looking great, and it's in budget category. More like affordable, under $1,000 right now, and I should have some extra discount in description as well. So I have a magnet over here to check to see if it's aluminum or steel. Looks like handlebar is steel, the fork is steel, and even the frame. Only the seat post is not. The rack is steel, and even the crank arm also made out of steel. Actually, this is one of my first kind of concealed battery bike with a steel frame. Usually they come as aluminum, but this one comes as a steel one. That's why it's a little bit more heavy. So this bike weighs like 91 pounds versus to aluminum would weight about 80 pounds. So you get about 10 pounds extra weight. But again, this bike is cheaper than aluminum would be cost. And that's something you would decide if this bike is right for you by the end of this video. It does come with concealed battery, so I'll show you the battery first. So the battery is 48 volt, 17.5 amp, which is 830.3 watt hours. It comes with 2 amp chargers, so it will take you about like a little bit over 8 hours to charge it from 0 to full. It does come with a switch on and off, which is good part, and also charging port. So you can charge this bike on the bike and off. So you basically take this battery, put underneath like this, first the bottom in, and then front on the top, and then just close, and it will automatically lock it in. Over here is the charging port entrance, and also on and off switch button. So it's well closed with a rubber cover and stay like that. And the key entrance right on here. So basically you twist the key and close the latch and drop the battery. And I have some friends over here, the squirrel. They came to check out the bike. So do you like the bike here? No? Well, it looks beautiful. It's a purple color. Don't you like it? Come back. Okay, so let's go back to the bike. So they do comes in different colors, and the colors have like black and some other color. You may want to check in description which is available right now, because they sell out pretty quick as well. So this bike is in budget category. It's affordable and it's fully loaded. It comes with a fork suspension, which has a locking, okay, on this side, and looks like the preload adjustment, but I'm not sure if it works. I didn't really touch it yet, but it is there. It does come with a pretty large headlight, front fenders, plastic one, which is good. More off-road tires, which is up to 30 psi inflatable by CST BFT, so it's 26 by 4. They usually, like, once you see like 30 psi, they are a little bit better for off-road riding. They are actually a little bit stronger than 20 psi. They have a little bit thicker walls as well. And I have two squirrels. Oh, there's a baby squirrel right there. Hey, baby. Oh, they was checking out the bike. So, or maybe my fix. I'm not sure what's like the best. Probably the fix. Anyways, so bike have kind of beautiful color. It's a metallic purple. I'm gonna show it to my daughter. She probably gonna love it. But it does have options to attach the front. Looks like a rack or basket. And the welding a little bit different, since it's a steel. It's kind of more concealed welding on this bike. As I said earlier, it's our first steel frame like this with concealed battery I can see saw on the market. Usually they're aluminum, but it should be a pretty strong frame as well. And come pretty decent size chainring on the front, 7-speed cassette on the back, Shimano shifter, and kind of also kind of unique derailleur guard. Should be pretty solid kind of design to protect derailleur and the side of the bolt, I guess. And it comes with the rear fenders, which you attach, and the rack. The rack looks like have already some bolts to attach the basket, and it does come with a tail light underneath, which is integrated with the battery. The seat looks good, but it might be a little bit too firm. It's not bad, but for long distance might be a little bit too firm. But there is some kind of shocks underneath as well. And over here, the kind of spring looks like you can adjust it a little bit, but I'm gonna ride it as is. I could feel like about an inch travel, which is good, and that's how it works. So basically you can always replace this one if you want to, the rear shock, but so far the spring shock for my weight over 200 pounds works just fine. On this side you're gonna find the brakes. So the brakes only 180 millimeters disc brakes, and it's mechanical on the front and rear, exactly the same size. So we're gonna test it out. It's probably good for 20 miles an hour, but I already unlocked the speed and it can go over 20 miles an hour. I also received an email from Aipas. This hydraulic kind of brakes. Basically they're not really hydraulic, they're more like hybrid with pulling cable, easy to install, just 2 bolts to unscrew and connect the same cable. So it should be very simple. I might do it later after testing the bike. They also sent me D&M performance shock, which is with air right there. You can put the air up to 275 psi, which is pretty good. And this one is information on the shock listed. So basically you just remove these 2 bolts and reattach it right there. I think they're gonna sell them on the website, so you might want to check on in the description. Actually D&M is pretty good brand. With air you can put and adjust for your preference, so it should be much better than the original one. But we're gonna go for it and I'll tell you if I like it or not, and then I may make decision to install it, so I will make follow-up video on it. The handlebar is 26 inches wide. It looks like it's loaded with different stuff on it. To turn on, you make sure this one power on the side. So I turn on the battery, okay, and then you push the power button on, and it will basically take a few seconds to start completely. So now it started in pedal assist 0, so it means the throttle shouldn't work. So the pedal assist for safety feature, it comes with a headlight, dedicated button on and off. It will turn on a tail light at the same time, and a horn, pretty loud horn. There is also USB port under the controller over here. You can plug in your phone to be charged, or extra headlight, so it's very useful, supposed to be. Right underneath, you just open up this kind of cover, and it should be right there. And 7-speed Shimano shifter, and also half throttle. Same grips, comfortable, I can see on many other bicycle. So since this bike is more in budget category, it's pretty good setup, I would say. So to change the speed, it says here to go to a user manual, but I'll show you how to change it. So you just push plus and minus at the same time and hold it for a few seconds. You're gonna see 0, 1P, and then you just push plus, actually no plus, you push plus sign, and it'll go to the 8. You're gonna see 20, okay, under the 8, but mine is already 62 says. And then you push let's see, power, no power bar, the information button over here, and it's switches blinking to the 20, and then you push plus sign, and it will change to 62. So once you change to 62, you push information button over here and hold it for a few seconds, and it will go back to start. Now the bike can go up to 36 miles an hour. I will push the plus sign to the pedal assist level 5. I'll lift the rear wheel, and just to show you how fast you can go without 36.5. Of course, when you're gonna ride the bike, it will go slow, which we're gonna test out with GPS speed as well, and see if this bike can climb the hill on throttle only. It's listed on the website up to 500 pounds maximum weight capacity, but after I read some information in user manual, which included, it says here up to 330 pounds only, and the rack it's 75 pounds. So for example, if you weigh 300, if you weigh, let's say 200 pounds, and you have 50 pounds on the back, so that's already to 50 pounds loading maximum. So you cannot exceed more than 330, but I can tell you that this one is basically safety book, so they give you more accurate information, but I'm pretty sure it will handle more weight. But again, it's kind of misinformation, I guess, on the website. And the speed-wise, they say up to 36 miles an hour, which we're gonna test it out today for speed and see how accurate the display is, because a lot of reviewers say 36 miles an hour, probably based on the display. But in my case, I like to test it with GPS to see if it's accurate. Also about the motor, on the website it says up to 1800 peak power, and by Funk, I'm not sure what they actually meant, because it says APS XD26 and there's kind of serial numbers. Sounds like they made this motor branded to Aipas. I know the Bafang do make different motors under different names and make them basically branded to other companies without putting the logo on it. That way it's sometimes much cheaper. So it's possibility it is Bafang, maybe not. I have no way to test it other than to test for the speed and also for the power. So if it's 1800 peak power, so it's probably 1000 watt motor based on what they say. If it's a 750 watt motor, it will not go more than usually 1500, depending on the controller. And I don't think they use a large controller, because I only saw maximum on display 25 amp. We're gonna test it out, and by the end of the video I can tell you if it's 750 or 1000 continuous power, which peak power probably close to 1800, maybe less. So let's go for a ride and see how the bicycle actually performs. Alright, so now we're gonna test it out for speed and see how actual riding experience, and if the brakes works good. So far they are pretty quiet, just normal, but I do have, as you could see hydraulic. It's actually called hybrid, probably hydraulic, because they're still with pulling cable, but usually they're better than a regular one. Okay, so let's go and now from 0 and see how fast it will go. They market it as 1800 peak power, so let's see if it's true or not. I did have like 54.3 watt on the battery. So 25 on GPS, 27. So far 27, 28, 29, and stop. Yeah, the stopping power is not as perfect, but I can see the speed on display much higher than on GPS. So it's probably needs some wheel diameter adjustment, but I'll do it next time. It's not really affecting on the speed because I do test with GPS. It will just affect on the distance as well. And I'm gonna switch to gear number, let's see, 7, and I'm gonna try to pedal to see how fast I can pedal it. All right, now the power kick in. It's very smooth acceleration. I do have an amp over there. I'm gonna test out later to see how high the amp will go. I can see 23, 24 amp now. So it's going about 25, 26, 27, 29, 31, 32 and brake. Oh yeah, it will take me forever to brake, but it's still quiet braking. 32 miles an hour with my weight on. Maybe this was 1000 watt motor. I'm gonna test out in uphill test, but I'm gonna switch to gear number 1. Actually the pedal assist level 1 and gear number 4, and try to see how fast I can go on the pedal assist level 1. But you're probably gonna get ghost pedaling after like 27, 28 miles an hour, which is not bad at all. I thought I'm gonna get it sooner. So you can still pedal pretty fast. Also it comes with cadence sensor, so the cadence sensor you can pedal slowly, but it will go all the way to the top speed. Oh wow, it's not bad. 9 miles an hour, and the pedaling actually very good. Surprisingly, it's pretty good pedaling. So I just pedal as regular bicycle, pedal assist level 2. Because usually when you increase speed, it will kind of affect on the pedal assist normally with some other companies. So it's going around 11 miles an hour and 2 and 3, kicking up to 40 miles an hour. Then I can feel like power cut off, actually 50 miles an hour. But when I turn around, over here we have a bumpy area. So at this speed, like 50 miles an hour, 14 miles an hour, the brakes are fine. They're not squeaking, but they're mechanical. You have to push really hard on the highest speed to stop. But it's going over the bumps, it's pretty good. Actually, it's smooth ride. The rear shock works just fine as a budget one. The one they sent me, it's more better shock. It's air shock by D&M, kind of more premium. So it's probably going to be available on the website. I'm not sure what the price is going to be for that. You might want to check link in description if you decide to change. It's only like 2 bolts to remove and to replace it, so it should be simple. So I'm going to pedal assist level 4. $21 miles an hour. Yes, 21 miles an hour would be the top speed on the 4, and the 5 like up to 32. That's not bad. Actually, that's pretty good, because I didn't expect to have a kind of good pedaling on this bike. Because as I said earlier, when you change the speed to unlimited, usually you get like 14, 30 miles an hour on the pedal assist level 1. Let's see the pedal assist level 1, how fast on throttle only will be. I'm gonna slow down because the throttle will pick me up to the top speed. So okay, 9 miles an hour. So that's it. Okay, it's a good programming. So you can pedal the bike at 9 miles an hour on pedal assist level 1 with some assist, and then if you want to go faster, you can switching. So it's a good pedaling gonna be experience. Also, it's more like cruiser style bike. The handlebar, it have some curve over here, so it's like a razor. So let's go with no power at all, 0 pedal assist level, and I'm going to switch to gear number 3 and see how to pedal it. So with pedaling, since I put like about, I put only 20 psi in each tire, so I didn't put much psi. It might go even faster probably if I put more air in the tires. So I got about 8 miles an hour. So I'm gonna go home and put 30 psi. This way it will go faster, and also I'll see if it will be better pedaling. Right now it's kind of more resistance. So if you decide to pedal it, you're gonna pedal it okay on gear number 3, 8 miles an hour, so just fine. I like how the legs actually moving, comfortable. The seat actually not as bad as I expected, because basically you have rear shock. It's make it smoother ride. So I did change air pressure in the tires to like 20 psi. So let's do some retesting. Right now at 0, I'm gonna just pedal it and see if it's better pedaling. Well, it's still the same resistance, I would say, not much difference, but looks like the handlebar, it's better handling now. And if you're going off-road, it's good to put about 15 to 10 psi air pressure. So on the street I prefer to have at higher, like 25 to 30. I put like 29 right now on the front and rear. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna retest. So the pedaling is not bad, about 7 to 8 miles an hour, I guess. Again, you don't, most people buying pedaling, sometimes people buying for, well, this type of bicycle people will buy mostly to use pedals as well, because it's comfortable to pedal, it steps through. It's just a regular bicycle, fat tire with a power kick, and you have like pretty good battery, 17.5 amp. They say they use a Bafang motor, which I don't know, and I'm gonna use throttle only to see on pedal assist level 5 to see how fast I'll go this time now, based on GPS. 21, 23, 24. 28, 29. So I got 30 so far, which is, I'm sorry, 29 maximum so far. I'm gonna try on the street now. Let's see if I can get faster on the longer road, on throttle only. $27, $29, $30. So to use the cruise control, you push minus and throttle. Actually, you push throttle and minus, I guess. Hold it, and you can see cruise control activated right here. And it will just go all the way to the top speed based on the pedal assist level. If you need to stop, you just pull the brakes, that's it. $27. $30. $31. $32. So I do, okay, 32, very solid. So I have like 4.9 miles on display, but I think I only rode like maybe 4, maybe a little bit more than 4. And let's see how much voltage I have. I left the home, it was like 54.3 and now it's 49.5 volt. The battery been discharged a little bit because I use mostly throttle. I was going 32 miles an hour right here, mostly throttle. So I'm gonna stop here, pedal 5. Let's see how much amp. I think it will only produce 24 amp, that's it. Actually 25, I see 25 now. It was a peak. So let's see if it will make it to the hill. So if it's 750 watt motors, it might make it up to 4-5 miles an hour. If it's really 1000 watt motor, it will make it like 6 miles an hour. But as long as it will make it, it's should be a pretty powerful bike. But so far we're going around 6 miles an hour. So let's see if it usually like 750 watt motor, which programmed to go faster. Usually they'll go around 31 miles an hour. This one is going like 32, very impressive speed. It will not make it to this hill. Okay, I tested many bicycles, it will not make it. So this bike, it's still making 5 miles an hour. Slow, but it's still making 6 miles an hour, 5. Basically jumping, just GPS jumping. But if it will make it up to the hill, then it is 1000 watt motor, I guess. Sounds like it is. It's going 4 miles an hour. Just, yeah, like 4 and 5. So 5 now. So 5 miles an hour. Wow. Yeah, usually, yeah, 5 miles an hour. Actually, for this type of bicycle, I did not expect it will actually make it. And for some reason, I saw the 750 watt motor, but I guess it's 1000 watt motor with a peak. They say up to 1800. That's something I'm not sure, because if you multiply 25 amp, whichever I see on display, by 54.6, no, 54.3 volt, it will be around under like 1400, I guess, peak power. But display might show me wrong ampage as well, so you need to remove and see what controller. So let's park and talk about the bike. So this Aipas model, which is M1 Pro, they also call it X Terrain, basically because you can go off-road riding, which is pretty much true. These tires should be good for off-road. You just need to reduce the air pressure to like 10 or 15, so you're gonna have much softer ride. The shock on the rear, I would not say it's a perfect, but for the budget bike it's good. Probably I will replace to air shock later, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna make another video about this, but it should be pretty simple. Just 2 bolts to remove, one over here, one over there, and just put the new shock. That's it. That's like very simple, and that will make difference. You can use the shock with different air pressure, so depending on your weight, that will make difference to riding off-road as well. Then you're gonna get some better experience. But riding on a city, it's a perfect. Usually I tested similar bike with no soft tail. I could feel on the similar seat, it would be very firm. My back would hurt after riding some time. This one is pretty good, comfortable. And the fork actually do pretty good job riding in a city. For off-road riding, I don't know, but looks like it's pretty good fork for budget bike. The color, I know they sent me the wrong color, which actually it's not bad. I guess it's more like some people like it purple, but it's not my favorite color. I would say I would prefer black probably, or green, but they did amazing job. They make it like a lot of sparkle. My wife told me she wished to have the same nail polish. She likes it. It's basically a girl's color, and they make the white more like pink. Very nice transparency. Like, it's very beautiful color, I would say. And just thinking about one under $1,000 bike, an extra discount, I'm gonna have link in description. It's pretty good deal. Even so, it's a steel frame. I cannot believe it's still steel frame. It's have to be a really good job they did, because you cannot really tell it's a steel. It's pretty straight, everything welding very good. So If you're living by the ocean, I probably would not recommend to get steel frame. I would go with aluminum. But if you don't care, it will take forever to rust, I would say. About at least 5 years. So, but again, this is a heavy bike. On the website it says 88 pounds. On the box it says 91. So a little bit discrepancy maybe. The box usually have better information, and so the weight capacity on the user manual says 330 pounds maximum. The rear rack can handle up to 75 pounds. That's what I say. And it's pretty nice rack. It's pretty long. It's have enough distance so you can attach the back, and just very well built. I would say it's a good build. It is budget, but they built pretty good the bike. Also the battery, I would not say it's the largest one, but it's not the smallest one. So for $1,000 I think you're getting a very good deal. And anybody who is looking for commuter step through, I like step through. They also have step over. Step through, it's easy to get on, mostly for people who are gonna do like delivery or cargo, or just like you don't want to flip your feet. Then I recommend to get step through. Again, it's a personal choice. My riding experience actually pretty good on this bike. I did not expect to go that fast on this bike because this bike does not look like fast. I would expect to get 28 miles an hour on this bike, the maximum, but 32 miles an hour with my weight on 215 pounds. That's actually very, very good. The display is bright, it's good, handlebar is good, wide, so it is very good solid bike for under $1,000. I cannot really say anything negative, just the weight a little bit, and the color is the same as not the one I expected, but so far I would say it's one of the good bike under $1,000. If you're looking for fat tire bicycles, get one Aipas M1 Pro and enjoy riding. Thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you guys in the next video.